Never, ever, ever do this if you want your agency to stand out. So hey everyone, Matt Wacek here. Welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a quick video based on a brief conversation that I just had a few minutes ago with an individual who had reached out via phone to inquire about my agency services. This is something that rarely happens because of the way that I have my agency set up to really just screen out the leads that are not going to be a good fit for my agency, because I need to make sure that my time is protected and that I'm not wasting it on leads that are just very low quality. And what this helps me do is maximize the conversion rate for the qualified leads that do in fact book a strategy session. So this is something that you absolutely must do in your agency if you want to really succeed. And it was a long road for me to get to this position, but if someone is getting started now today, I think you could easily do this in 6 months to a year, where instead of you having to be on this end and you're basically picking and clawing at whatever you can get on the client side of things and taking whatever clients you can get, even though they're low budget, they treat you like crap, they don't value your time, or you can be the guy that is selective with who they work for because you have an abundance of them all coming to you because you're, again, being sought after. I tell you which one I'd way rather be, because I've been on this other end here and it's not fun. You don't want to be there. Pay attention to this video, take some notes, get out a notebook, whatever you got to do, turn off your distractions. Pay attention to what I'm going to cover here in this video, because the fact that this is going to be probably more valuable than the vast majority of the technique stuff that you'll see out there. Okay guys, welcome into my computer. The first stop is going to be very brief, but I'm showing you guys my agency's Stripe account because I believe in being transparent. I respect you, I respect your time because you're taking it out of your day to invest into watching my content. I'm very grateful and thankful that you're here. And I also hate the fake gurus who show you their course sales and pretend that that is their numbers, and most of the people watching don't get it because they just see numbers on the screen. They don't understand the difference between an agency doing actual monthly recurring revenues and course sales that just show a big number on the screen. And so that's the vast majority of the fake gurus out there. I hate them. I want to be someone who's going to show you guys real, actual things. I go on in an agency, the numbers, that sort of stuff. And I just believe in being transparent because I have a conscience and I'm not just trying to run an education business. Real quick, while I was editing this video, which I had actually filmed back on the 11th or on the 12th, later in the day on the 12th, I had another strategy session, closed them on the call, and they signed on board for another localized program. So if you watched the previous video, we were at 15,225 MRR and now 16,725, and basically just a few clients on our localized program away from reaching the goal that I set just over 5 years ago. And at that time, I thought I could do it in 6 months. I had no clue what the hell I was doing at that point in time, and it really took me a whole lot longer than anticipated, obviously. But if we can sign 1 to 2 clients per month over the next couple months, we'll be able to hit that goal that I have set. And I'm thrilled to finally see this kind of growth happening. I'll also answer the elephant in the room, because I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are just chomping at the bit to figure out what this is to never reveal. Do not reveal your price right away without any context, without any having them in a position of pain or anything like that, where they're willing to make a change, that change being purchase or service program. Because I forgot to input this as I was filming, but in any conversation, pretty much in all aspects of life, you need to have the leverage. And when you reveal your price way too soon, you lose all your leverage, because then they're looking at you in the manner that I will describe here in this video in terms of just a commodity. When you say your price, this happened to me twice last year, and I could have probably closed both of these guys that did come through if I would have done this like this. And that probably cost me about $40 to $50, maybe $60,000 last year in that one instance. And there's been previous times where that happened too, where I didn't know this. And so that's why this is so important to pay attention to, because you need to be the alpha agency, not the beta. And I will explain that in just a minute. I know that sounds crazy, but person reaches out last year, they say, hey, what's your price? I figure, oh, logical sense, this guy wants to know how much we charge. Hey, we're between this and this. Numbers don't even matter. I think it was like 1 to 2K. Ghosts, gone, never to be heard from again. Left on red. You do not want to be in that situation, because you just lost out on 40, 50 grand. But if you do that a couple times a year, boom, there's a good chunk of change gone. Same situation that happened here today. Guy calls me up, leaves a voicemail, and it could be, because again, first off, phone's never near me when working. Do not have your phone near you at all. And so I did finally check my phone. I went to go get some coffee, and I see I have a voicemail. So I call him up and I say, hey, this is Matt returning your call. And basically the first thing that came out of his mouth was, yeah, I'm wondering what you charge for a website. Is SEO included, social media? What all does this cost? Because I just talked to a bunch of other guys. They all gave me their prices. And logical sense in your mind is probably saying, oh, yeah, let's just tell them our price. No, Do not tell your price. This may ruffle feathers if you do this, but basically what I said was, well, we do a custom solution based on the problems that our clients have. What we like to do is have a strategy session where we can get on Zoom, have a good conversation, basically answer a few questions involving where you're currently at, see what the problems are that could be holding you back from getting to those goals. Because what we can do in that conversation is get them into a position where they're realizing, whoa, this doesn't work. What we've been doing does not work in terms of lead flow or whatever else it is that you could be selling as a service to them. They need to make a change. We need to have them in a position of pain. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is what selling and how selling works. You need to be in a position of pain in order to someone to take action. They don't take action otherwise. They look at you as a commodity. They look at you like a freaking gas station charging $20 a gallon versus someone else charging $3. And it's a disaster. These numbers right here, this 15 grand, which I really am pushing to get to a lot more than this recent $9,000 added the past couple months would not have happened had I been selling with, yeah, we do, here's a ranking report, it's X amount for our services, and just being very, I don't want to say platonic, but basically that's what it is. It's like being platonic. It's like being on a date and being in that type of conversation as opposed to being the guy that's going to charm the girl. And I know that sounds crazy, but this worked. This has worked. The past 60 days have been absolutely insane. I've 2.5x my business as a result. This would be stuck here at $6,500 or $6,200 a month. And instead, we have a whole lot more than that coming in because the frame of the conversation is there. So I never revealed my price to this guy on the phone. I said, hey, yeah, we have and so he didn't like the idea of doing a Zoom call. And I don't change my emotional tone. I keep it very indifferent. This is how it is. If you want to come into it, this is how we do it. And basically what I said was, yeah, we have a page on our website where it goes into all the details. We got a video. Would you like me to, can I send a text with the link to that page on our website for you to check out? And he said, yeah, I guess, but what do you charge? How much? All these other guys told me the price. Just check that out. And so he said, all right, yeah, I'll check it out. And like, I could hear a sarcastic tone. Verbally, I could tell the guy was getting a little bit upset because I didn't fall into the frame that he had tried to set. And this sounds like stupid, just whatever psychology thinking. This is what separates you from being able to charge what you want to charge, being the commodity like everybody else, all these other freaking agencies that are we're $1,000 a month. Here's our numbers. Here's our proposal. Check it out. Let us know what you think. You do not want to be in that position because then you're having to hard sell. It sucks. Like I showed the numbers before. This would not have grown to what it is. And I know this is not crazy numbers, but I know I'm going to be able to get that higher because of how I can frame everything. Because what we want to have happen is we want to be the alpha in this situation. And so I'm going to lay this out there because this really works. And so what I want to do is I want to weigh out the different types of, I don't want to say personalities, but just the way that a person kind of conducts themselves and conducts their business. And this applies to other aspects in life, and I'll get into this here. So we have agency over here. And so this company right here has the phone number right there, easily accessible to anybody and everybody. I mean, heck, they might even be a generalist agency. They're probably not even niche down. And so they have their pricing displayed on their website, call for a quote, this sort of stuff. And that is fine. If you have, let's say you got $5 million, you want to put $1 million into a business that's going to start, you're kind of an investor at that point, as opposed to the CEO that's involved in the day-to-day, all that sort of stuff, and really make sure everything's managed and all that. And you don't have to do any of that. You're just you put in this $1 million to earn back 6 or 7, 8, 10% a year, whatever it is. Then that's fine to build it like that. But if you're someone starting from the ground up, this is going to be the best route because this is what, from the ground up. I was over on here on this end where there's no frame. It's very easily to be accessible, no screening whatsoever. There's no framework that a prospect needs to fall into. None of that goes on over here. It is just wishy-washy and, hey, we'll send you the quote. Let us know your thoughts. Does that sound like a business that's fun to you? No, it sucks. I did it for... Actually, my landscape company was a lot like this and started getting some name recognition, local branding, that sort of stuff, and that kind of helped a little bit, but you're still focused on selling on price for a lot of it. There are ways around it, that's for sure. But with my agency, this is what I did for the first 3 years. Send a quote, follow up via email for months on end, and never hear back. And I didn't get what I want. I wanted currency from this individual here to pay for services. Obviously, we deliver results, we deliver great customer experience, all that sort of stuff, but we want currency coming in. So we don't get what we want over on this end. So why be like that? I think that's just stupid to go about it. Whereas we go on this end over here, this guy, owner, has to work on himself a bit. He's got to lay down the foundation to become the go-to authority in the space that he's serving, or that his company is serving, and build himself up. Might work for free for a couple of years, or actually it should really only be a few months, and do this while you have a job so you're not playing Russian roulette. And what happens is you realize, okay, we get really good results for these types of businesses. We need to make sure we only are working with these types of agencies. So they pick a niche. So whatever that niche is. Then we realize, okay, new ones coming in, we want to make sure that they fit the right criteria to actually become a client. Do they earn enough revenue? Do they even offer the right services that we want our service program, not service one-knob website, that our program is going to help with them? Because even there's some businesses in the landscaping industry that my agency, our service program, is not going to work for. And that's fine, because there's a lot of abundance out there of these out here, these prospects and clients to get out there, or to have out there. We had to build up a frame. And so basically this frame right here, we come over to my website, my company's website, there's a frame that they need to fall into in order to work with us. Because what we do is we demonstrate, hey, we're doing pretty good things over here. We have people that want to work with us. And if you want to work with us, you got to essentially jump through these hoops. And so this is why there's no phone number here. There's no whatever contact form. If you want to come in, you got to click get started. And they have to ideally watch this video. I know some who have similar framework set up for their agency where they have to opt in order to be able to watch this. They can't even, you have to opt in even just to get the opportunity to book a call. And they have a chat widget that will basically direct them to come to this page to then opt in. For me, I am still kind of in growth mode. I really want to take in as many clients as I can. If I can get to upper 5 figures, maybe 6 figures a monthly recurring revenue, I might actually implement that just to really reduce the amount of time and really screen out the leads. But what happens here is when you have these types of things, this type of framework right here, where we have a 37-minute long video that goes into very deep detail, and there's a lot of sales aspects into it. It's not just like talking for the sake of talking, but ideally they watch this, and many do. They might not watch the whole thing. Some do, some don't. And by the way, the guy who did actually call, I did text him the number I did actually text him the link to check out this page, and he said, hell yeah, thanks, I'm actually watching the video right now. So maybe the guy actually will book a call, we'll see. Be sure to comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the newest videos come out, because I might do a video, kind of an update on this story and see if this guy turns into an actual client. Hey, you never know. Because of the fact of the framework that I have set forth, that most people cannot do anything but actually respect it, because you have these standards set for your company, and this applies to other aspects in your life too. But so when someone actually does have to come through, they have to go and they have to jump through hoops. They have to do certain things, fill out this questionnaire, select date and time. They can't just get easy access to you. This completely changes the game altogether, because first off, whoa, they've never seen this before. Also, when they come in, the conversation is so much different. They see, wow, they got this video. No one else has this video. No one else has any of this stuff on their website at all. And I'm not saying to copy this, because if you copy this, it's just going to look exactly like us. You need to have some uniqueness to what you have to offer. But they see all this, and it's completely different. The frame of the conversation is way different. They come into the strategy session, and it's way different than it was before. That is how I was able to almost triple my business in the past 2 months versus the past 10. Where else does this apply in life? And my camera is blinking as I am doing this. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can. I don't want to use labels. I don't like them. We have alpha over here, though, and we have beta over here. And you guessed it, if you've been around YouTube any period of time, you'll know in the dating game, this is huge. Just type in alpha male, and you're going to see all kinds of stuff on YouTube. And so I could talk about this stuff all day, because I've been on this end right here. Business-wise, dating-wise, it sucks. Over here on this end, you see an attractive girl or whatever, and you come up to them and you're nervous, needy, you need the sale, you need the client, you need the date, you need the sale if it's in business. She's going to look at you a completely different way. Whereas over here, where a person has to jump through the hoops to get into your frame that you have set forth, this right here is money. Because you have this frame that they want to be a part of, and I don't want to say you're making them jump through hoops, but you're just screening them out to make sure that they're the best quality option that's out there. Same thing here with business, same thing with the agency. We don't want to have guys that aren't going to respect us come on board as clients, because they're just not going to respect what we have, what we offer, and all the very hard work that we put in. We want to frame things the best way possible so we can bring in the most clients and have them be in this frame where they see us as the authority. Similar position here, where not necessarily the authority in the dating game, but if you're a dude, you want to be seen as the guy that has the girls chasing after him. as opposed to you having to do the not so fun thing is chasing after her and trying to get her attention. Because I've been in both spots, and I tell you, it is a whole lot better on this side over here than over here. To be over here, to be essentially friend zoned, essentially, or just used for free dinners or something over here, that is not a position you want to be in. So why would you do that with your business? I mean, your business, you're working on this so much. Why would you ever do that? We become strong and fit with our business and our life, and we have screening in place, so that way we're only dealing with the best prospects. It's just like the previous videos where I mentioned, that's why I have the inbound strategies that I have for bringing in prospects as opposed to cold outreach, cold offer. Think about this with cold approaching girls out on the street or something, and you're just going off numbers. You have no idea what the girl's like. You don't know her personality. You don't know what she likes to do. You don't know what anything like that. Same thing with the business. You're just shooting from the hip, trying to get attention from any business. And I did try that, and it didn't work very well. You just looked at it as a commodity. Same thing in that situation on the other end of life with the dating side. Looked at it as another commodity. And my camera battery is still dead. I'm not going to wait for it to charge. I want to just get this video done, get it up for you guys to watch. The big thing to take away from this is that you do not want to reveal price before there is some context developed in terms of the strategy session. Do not be the agency that just sends the quote, hey, let us know what you think. I mean, that's fine. If you have more than enough clients, you're able to pay yourself 50 grand a month salary and then whatever distribution after that. And that point, I mean, you're probably not even going to be in that position if it ever happened like that anyways. That's just not the way to get things off the ground. And at least if you want to have as much working for you as opposed to you having to work against things. And I mean, it applies the same thing in other aspects in life. And when I adopted these types of principles and just doing what I said in this video, my life has changed drastically, just immensely. I showed you the numbers, and it applies to other aspects in life too. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have some type of framework that you're screening out to get the best possible options for what it is that you are trying to do with acquiring clients and other things like that. So if you liked this video, I'd appreciate if you went down below, dropped a like on this video. Also, be sure to go down below, hit the first link in the description, also the pinned comment. Go follow me on Instagram. I'm be sharing a bunch of cool stuff behind the scenes as I build my agency, sharing you guys' lifestyle, other cool stuff like that. And that's where I share a lot of other stuff where I don't have time to do a full video like this for YouTube. So first link in the description. It's at mwacek614, at least right now. That could change, but if I change it, but that is going to be linked down below. But also, if you want to stay up to date on the journey and everything that I share here, hit the subscribe, smash the bell for notifications so you know when all the newest content comes live. And with that said, final words, become the alpha in this situation. And I promise you, if you do the right work ahead of time, it's going to be a whole lot better for you.